Good evening and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. Facebook is doing its usual pleasantries, and I'm having just to go onto my profile, hopefully, to set this video so we can comment and it be live on there. I think it's live, it's just a case of nobody can comment on it or see it, which is wonderful, isn't it? So, it doesn't show me how to actually do that. Never mind. If you're watching on my profile, come across to online live psychic readings and watch me there. Okay, so hope everyone's well. And we've got an evening of direct mediumship with you tonight. So the aim is you tell me the first name of the person that you would like me to link with. I'll give you a little bit of information and just confirm that I am with the right person. And once I know we're on the right person, the connection's right, I'll crack on with your message. Okay, so good evening, Michelle, but good evening, Pavida. Rihanna, hello, and Michelle. So, Michelle, you're the first one that has, Michelle, just one name rather than two. The computer spirit of my me. So it gave, or George, just one name, please. Vanya, you've asked for Pat. So let's go for Pat. Let's see whether we can get Pat. The Pat I've got, I feel, is a female, Pat being for Patricia rather than Patrick. Lady that I've got, I feel, was had dyed blonde hair, was a smoker. I feel in her younger days would have chewed gum. That's a bizarre thing to show me, but that's what she's showing me. So if you could just let me know in the comments whether that fits with Pat, please. Make sure that I've got the right person for you. Okay. I feel with her as well putting a breathing condition on me, so I know that there would have been problems with her lungs, Vanya. I'm getting the sense that she would have that the treatment that she had for her lungs would have made her feel sick. And I've got her pushing. That doesn't fit your Pat. Okay. Would you understand a lady of that description? Because sometimes what will happen, Vanya, is that you want somebody to come through. Spirit wants somebody else for you to come through. Just connect to the message, give you the message, and then they'll let the person through that you want. So just if you could let me know whether you would understand another lady in spirit that would fit that description, please. And it could well be, if you're able to understand that lady, then I'll move on to Pat. Okay. I do feel that there would have been lung cancer. She's telling me lung cancer with this lady, and the treatment that she was having that made her feel so sick was chemo, and at the end she did push away the treatment. She didn't want it anymore. It was like the treatment was worse than actually the condition as far as she was concerned. She had enough. She also put this grumbling in the voice there. You're not understanding that description either. Okay. I don't like doing this, but especially as it's the first one. But can anybody else understand? And Vanya, I will try and get back to you. Okay. So would anybody else understand a lady who would have had dyed blonde hair, would have chewed gum when she was younger, she would have had lung cancer and would have pushed away treatment for lung cancer, in the end, and her passing was actually Michelle. That sounds like Patricia that you knew. Okay. So they did link me in with Pat, just the wrong person. So Vanya, I will try and get back to you. So Michelle, you understand all of this information about Patricia. Just to confirm, you'd understand the 27th of the month and the month of April as well. Whether it was 27th of April or not, I don't know. But I'm drawn to the 27th and the month of April that would have been relevant around this Patricia. Okay. Personality wise, she's giving me the sense that she could talk into the dozen. And, you know, you'd be waiting for her to draw breath before you could get a word in edgeways, but not in a nasty way. Just she just like enjoy chatting. She just chat. She was your sister's mother-in-law, and everyone in the family called her Grandpa. Bless her. Also understand this just persistent talking, absolutely persistent talking, and she would gather the kids in as well. She'd get them all organized, doing little jobs, and you know, you could walk in and you'd have one of the grandkids about 6 years old dusting, and she'd somehow managed to persuade them it was a game. Kept them quiet, and I kept the house clear. No, she's only joking. But you know, it was just good old-fashioned work that she used to give them jobs, and they used to love doing them. Yes, yeah, and that was the cause of the lung cancer, Michelle. Yeah. And with this lady, you would understand the 5 children it with her as well, please. It's 5 children. So she's either one of 5 or she had 5 children. As I'm saying that, she's talking about the kids as well. So would you understand the 5 grandkids there as well? Okay. And with her, I know towards the end of her life, she was starting to feel really, really uncomfortable. Eyesight was going. She's making me aware of problems with her eyes. They're itchy there and just, really difficult. And again, this sickness coming through. She had 5 children. Thank you. You would also understand with her about this change of personality towards the end there, that she wasn't normally snappy, but I'm getting the sense that towards the end of her life there, she could get quite snappy with people, and irritable with people. And you would understand somebody on the airplane currently who has been quite irritable and quite snappy around, and that's normally them. Okay. And that she's talking about just helping them get to a level, because it's almost as though she had dementia, and this is what I've got for this somebody on the earth plane, this lady, I want to say, on the earth plane, that they've got the startings of dementia, and this is causing the irritability and not having problems making sense of what's happening around already. And she's wanting healing, but also making sure the right medication is given through the doctors, okay, because Alzheimer's, okay, because there's a lot of new medication that doctors can give to help out in these situations. But know that spirit are around and being supportive and just, having you back, I want to say, okay, that yes, it's been really difficult, but it's like it's to come out the other side now, and just go with that flow. Don't force things, because the minute you force things, your mind gets involved, and the spirit links sort of get mixed. all right? And obviously you want to separate your mind from spirit, and that's through flow. Okay, so don't focus. Okay. So I'll leave that with you, Michelle, and thank you for working with me. Okay, for those that missed the start, just let me know. June, you've said, Dad, I'm going to people who are giving me the name of somebody that they would like me to link with. So it could be Dad or their name. Just the first name, please. I don't need any other information, any medium that tells you that they need the sort of backstory, the date of birth and all the rest of it. Forget it. Okay. The scammer that shouldn't be doing mediumship. If you need that amount, spirit will give you what you need. Okay, so June, Dad, as soon as I linked with you, I was doing this, if I've got the right link for you, I didn't before, I went to the wrong person. I've got this going on. Okay, so would you understand with Dad some irritation or a habit of being like this with June? Okay, just to make sure I am linking with you. You would also understand, again, problems with his left eye as well, please. And June, again, I'm sensing a gentleman that would have carried a little bit of weight on him. And prior to his passing, I'm seeing a stomach issues and bowel issues all around that area, that his diet was all over the place, trying to find stuff that he could eat. And feel okay with it. Okay, and you would understand the pipe as well. He's showing me a pipe, and a gentleman that would, now you can't understand the pipe. I'm feeling it is symbolic as well, but it's like he's taking both the pipe of peace, but also sort of sitting back and having a draw on this pipe as though this is thinking time, that you need to be taking some thinking time at the moment. So the pipe may be a memory, but it also, I feel that there's a message in this pipe for you as well, both about there needs to be the pipe piece scoped around you at the current time, but also just to sit back and take your time and think around the issues that are going on. Don't jump immediately in because of your emotions, because what's happening with that is that there are triggers to past experiences and triggers to the emotions you had, those past experiences. It's all to shadow work. Okay, so that is very much wanting you just to take it a step back and have a good look at people's motivations of why they're doing different things and why they're saying certain things and why your triggers are being triggered. Okay, and watch how things change when you don't respond to the triggers. Okay, I hope this is still making sense to you, June. And Dad, you would understand the 24. I was going to say 24th, but I feel it's a door number or the end of a phone number, something like that, where the number 24 would be relevant around your dad as well. And I want to go to August as well, August being an anniversary. I want to go to around 19th of August, please. Okay. So 17th, 18th, 19th of August, around that time there, as a date that would be relevant around your dad. Okay. He again is going back to taking time for yourself. There's been so much time that you've given. You need time for yourself now, love. Okay. And within that, being gentle with yourself, because Dad gave me the sense that you be hypercritical of yourself and not believing in yourself a lot of the time, and he's coming in and saying, no, have that confidence, have that belief in yourself, and go forward with that confidence and with his love. I hope that all makes sense for you, June, and thank you so much for allowing just your wonderful father to come through tonight. Thank you. Okay, Nicole, you're saying your dad Tony. Okay, let's see whether I can get your dad Tony. Right, if I've got the right connection, Nicole, you would understand your dad having problems with his circulation. Okay, and the bottoms of his legs, if not operated, go toward that, because of his circulation problems, and I'm feeling breathing issues as well with him prior to his passing, connected to his heart, and he's giving me the sense that he would have passed with a heart attack, please. Would this make sense to you, Nicole, just to make sure that I have got the right link for you? Thank you. Okay. With Dad, he's showing me his hands, and his hands are quite calloused and ground in dirt of some kind. So I'm just seeing whether it's gardening or whether it's coal, because it's no. He's giving me like heavy factory conditions that would have been like metal foundry or something like that, that the stuff got in his hands. And he's giving me the sense that physically he was a strong man, muscular man. No, this doesn't make sense. Okay. I presume that's linked to his hands and him showing me his hands. Right, why is he showing me the hands with this ground in dirt? You could take the rest with the heart attack, etc. Yes. Would you understand him living near somewhere that would be like that place? Because he's now giving me the sounds of this metal clanging and heavy machinery. Yes, that was right. So it's just the hands. So I need to make sense of these hands. So you'd also understand your dad being a bit of a joker, to say the least. That he would be the poor me kind of thing. It sounds like your uncle. Well, I'm wondering whether I'm getting the both through together. Okay, right. Right, I've got two enemies here. Your dad being the one with the heart attack. Right, you'd understand that your dad doing crosswords, etc., while you're, that's your Uncle Tom. Okay, where Uncle Tom was the joker, was much more livelier interactive than your dad was. Although your dad, I feel, had this nice quiet sense of humor, and you had to be, you had to be listening to get it, because he'd say the side comments where your Uncle Tom was much more in your face about everything. And it was your dad that was the more intellectual of the two of them. Yeah. Now, what I'm asking Uncle Tom why he's jumped in on your dad's message here, because it's Uncle Tom that has the message for you. Dad's obviously there wanting to go through and sending you. Right. Yes. So we've got the two. I feel Dad didn't want to let you down by not being here, so he's here and proving he's here through the information. But your Uncle Tom's the one that's got the message, because you would understand somebody on the earth plane who can be quite cruel with their sense of humour, and this is what Uncle Tom's come through about, that they're not seeing how cruel that they are in their sense of humour. I'm saying that, but everybody feels that they know exactly what he's saying. But he would say that, given the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think many people would, because it seems to be the type of person he was. And it's almost like it's put them to one side in some way, and just, it's okay. You don't need to go there. Okay. So if you can understand a situation where you've got this person around who has got similarities, let's say, with your Uncle Tom, especially this cruel kind of sense of humour. Uncle Tom saying just didn't, okay, because they ain't going to change, and you ain't going to change them, and he's just looking out for you, okay, because he knows, because that's how he was like, okay. He just wouldn't accept that how cruel he could be, okay. And with Uncle Tom, he's also just having a pint of beer there, and having a laugh. And I feel we had to you didn't really want to be around Uncle Tom. That, again, big difference with your dad, because don't feel that your dad was that kind of person at all. Okay, it's not. He had the occasional drink, but he wouldn't go silly with it. Whereas I think Uncle Tom could, and this person on the earth plane can as well. So it's just about keeping your distance. Okay. I hope that makes sense for you, and I hope that you accept both Uncle Tom, especially your dad's, did so much want to be here for you because you asked for him, okay. And he's around you anyway, and you would understand the smell of cigarette smoke as well that comes around you from time to time, and this is him letting you know that he's around, even though I don't feel your dad was a big smoker. But that's what, for whatever reason, that smell, it is what he comes in with. Okay. So I'll leave that with you. Thank you for working with Nicole. Okay. Right. A few hellos, and you've all cottoned on by the look of it how this works. You put the name of the person that you want me to link with, and I'll have a good go of linking in. It doesn't mean that there will be the first person that comes in, or the only person that comes in. Elaine, you've said David. Okay, David. Now, if I'm with David, Elaine, you would understand a head condition, especially around the front of the head with David. And with that, Elaine, you would understand a rapid, okay, you usually say fast passing, but a rapid passing. Now, the fact that they are using sort of a wider vocabulary gives me the impression David was actually quite an intellectual person, and that he yeah, quick, okay. I want to say university, and working hard intellectually. I sense with him that he was quite a slender gentleman, and so to the end of it, he's got a kind of a hunchback, or he hunched over a bit, rather than being straight backed. And I feel it was actually to do with the fact he was bending over writing so much that his body just went into that kind of position. And I don't feel he was okay. That sounds very. Would you understand this headache as well, though? This head condition with him, because the aneurysm aorta, that's the heart, isn't it? And abdominal is your stomach. That's not the head. But would you understand? Or did he have headaches beforehand? Would you understand him complaining about headaches prior to the aneurysm and the abdominal thing, please? He suffered migraines. Thank you. Okay. Okay. He's also showing me writing and almost like diaries or journals, that kind of thing. Oh, and he's putting that on you as well, Elaine. So would you understand writing a journal? I know a lot of people are writing journals these days. They're a fantastic tool in terms of awakening and understanding yourself and going through that dark night of the soul, the work that you're doing, all the rest of it. And this always feel goosebumpy. This is a subject that he would be really interested in, from an academic side of it. I think he would kind of see the sort of spiritualism and awakening and all the rest of it a bit far-fetched. But when it came to the academic things of the shadow self, because it's Freud and it's all that intellectual, that would be something that would interest him. And he's fascinated and want to read more about it and understand more about it. Oh, it fascinates you. Okay. With Dad, you would also understand him having periods of time where he would be quite withdrawn as well. That you'd find it difficult to have conversations with him, because his responses were quite short because like his mind would be elsewhere. He could be very, very focused as well in his thinking and his thought processes. And you would understand him in his younger years as a chain smoker as well, just smoking one after another. I'm not sure that he would have done that in late years, but I feel that there was a point in his life where he changed, and this was part of how he managed his anxieties and stuff, because I feel that he could be very anxious, but fought hard to hide that. Yeah. He used to smoke. Okay. And you would also understand teeth problems. He had his teeth, but I feel that that was linked with the smoking as well. And I feel the migraines were stress, but also eye strain. And you would understand this stress around a younger person at this current time as well. He's talking about 3 that I want, either he was one of 3 children or he had 3 children, please. And I want to go to March the 27th, 28th as an anniversary, or a relevant date around David as well, please. Okay. And it's like at Christmas, he's changing into a different person. At Christmas, there's just this joy, and it's just everything comes out, and all razzmatazz and all of it. He wasn't well for 3 years. You've got 3 children and birthday match. Thank you for those confirmations. Okay. And you would also understand that they celebrate, he was a kid at Christmas. Absolutely, absolutely. And it was just a special time of year for him. It was the one time that he felt he could really let his hair down and not worry about things and not stress out about things and just enjoy relationships. And he, for whatever reason, he didn't feel as though he could do that the rest of the time, but he could at Christmas. Okay, so I do feel he's around at Christmas. And mint, the smell of mint. Would you understand there's times you smell mints, and whether, right, you would understand with the teeth, this bad breath that he had, that he would suck on mints to take away the conscious of the bad breath. But thank you for the confirmation with the mint sauce there. But I get the sense he was sucking mints, which actually was even worse because the sugar in the mints were worse for his teeth. But he didn't process that. It was more he was interested sucking the mints because of the bad breath. Okay. So it just becomes so much of, and what he wants to bring in is this side of him that's the kid at Christmas. It's like the rest of it can just go. The rest of it can just go because he was kind of acting out the role that he felt he ought to have. And Christmas was the real him. And that's what he wants you to remember him as and sense him. And that's how he comes to you. In essence, comes to you as big at Christmas. Just so much love for you, Elaine. Okay, and he's there. He's always there for you, darling. He's always there. What he's showing me is a candy cane stick, but also a squared boxed present with that striped candy cane kind of ribbon around it, as well as tied up. And it's giving you this Christmas present early. Okay, and then and then it's a whole pile of mints, chocolate mints. You wouldn't have had the chocolate mints, but you would have liked chocolate mints, I feel. Okay. And he's just laughing with that and smiling. So please take his love, Elaine, and just know he's around you, and his love is there for you. Okay. Blessings. Thank you. So a few hellos to people. Hello, Diana. Hi, Corey. Corey, you said you need to go. Evie Kitten, Linda Dunn, Helen Smith, If you're watching on my profile page, please do come across to Online Live Psychic Readings, because the comments aren't coming through from my profile page, unfortunately. So just make sure that you come in on there. Hi Jasmine, hi Andy, hi Judy, Rihanna, Sharon, Biscuits and Gravy, hello Corey. Oh, it's just quickly going down to the end. Hi, Lucy, where have you gone? Lucy, if you could comment again. Oh, you popped up right at the end there. Right, you haven't given me a name, Lucy. Right, I'll just come straight for you, love. Okay, because you did say the number. Spirit. You'd understand, Lucy, a little girl who passed to Spirit. Shraz is the name of your brother. Okay, I've got this little girl first, if I can give you her, and then I'll see whether I can get Shraz for you. You would understand a little girl that went to Spirit through a miscarriage or very shortly after birth, please. And she's saying sister, so I don't know whether this is your sister that had a miscarriage, or whether this little girl is your sister, so it would have been your mum that had the miscarriage. Would that make sense to you, Lucy? I just feel you'd understand, Lucy, your mum in spirit as well, please, because there's a lady with your mother's miscarriage. There's a lady with a lot of mother's love coming through for you from spirit as well, and I feel that this little girl is with this lady in spirit, and they're both coming through together as this incredible, bright, burning, pure love light. It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And this light is a real healing light for you, because I'm being the sense of grief that they're showing me is incredible. But I know that you've been grieving heavily for at least a couple of years now, and it's been like one passing, then another passing, then another passing, and just not having the time to process and grieve properly before the other one just bang again. And Mum just comes with this just just this incredibly powerful love for you, and wanting to help with your healing. She's saying that you block up your emotions so often because you're scared that if you start to cry, you won't stop. You will. Allow yourself to cry. Allow those tears just to come. Allow yourself to scream with the pain. Allow yourself to feel, because until you do, you will not get through this. Grief has a process, and if you want to heal from that process of grief, you've got to allow those feelings. It's often supportive to find a group or somebody that you can work through these with, especially if there's as you've had one after another. Just give yourself time and being gentle with yourself as well, okay? Because it's like you're kicking yourself and saying, "No, get over it." But you would understand a gentleman in spirit that would have been like that, and that's where you felt that kind of was taught, well, just get on with it kind of thing, because this gentleman would have said that. Well, no, Okay, that's what they said, but they were wrong. You don't get over things by just getting on with it. You have to process those emotions. Yes, there's certain psychiatric disorders where you do just have to get over, but grief is not one of them. Grief is one of the ones where you talk about it, share about it, shout about it, get angry about it, and you get through it. Okay. So please be gentle with yourself. Please be kind to yourself and allow those feelings, because Mum wants the best for you. She really does. And oh, isn't that wonderful? You know what she's doing? Your sister that's in spirit with her, that your mum, hang on, Lucy, I'll come on to you, brother. Your mum is passing your sister's light onto you, okay? And what she's doing with that is passing you the light and the love of the sister, okay? Your sister is going to be around you as a lifelong support and guide for you, okay? Her light is pure, her light is incredible, okay? And yeah, it's wonderful when that happens, isn't it, Lucy? Absolutely wonderful. And whenever you need energy, just reach inside and say your sister's name. Okay. Was your sister even named? Okay. Just ask for that feeling, that presence to come forward. Okay. And okay, your sister's actually bringing your brother through now. Okay. Okay. The reason that it's quite difficult for your brother to come through is the emotions there are so raw. Okay. And just I'm feeling I need to cry. Okay. And he's just so sorry. He's just so sorry. He's so sorry that you've had to deal with all of this. He's so sorry that he didn't think of consequences. He's so sorry that just happened the way it did, and it wasn't fair on anybody. Okay, he's fine. He's spirit. You know, when he's ready to do the learning that he needs to from his experiences on the earth plane, he will, and he'll process that. But he comes with that very raw emotion now, okay? And that's the depth of love that's there, okay? The depth of love. And he's showing me symbolically as though he was walking away. He's turning his back symbolically on life. Would that make sense to you, that he turning his back on life, and just not seeing how he could make a way through, and that it was never about anyone but him. It wasn't about you. It wasn't about there's another girl somewhere. It was just totally about him. Totally about him. Okay, Lucy, I want to leave you with love, because I think what you need most to do now is just switch everything off and sit with that love and the presence of your mom your sister and your brother. Okay, sit with their presence and just be with their presence, and be gentle with yourself, and just allow yourself to feel them near you, because they are and they always will be. Okay, so please switch everything off there, Lucy. Just go and sit in the quiet with them, please, and they will make their presence known to you. Okay, lots of love from Spirit. Okay, right, let's have somebody really buzzy and high after that, I think. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Christine Campbell, Alison. Okay. Christine, if I've got the right connection, you would understand Alison as sister, please, and you would understand where there's 4 children around, whether she was one of 4, had 4. And you would understand Alison getting very dizzy towards the end of her life. And it's like, woo, it's going a bit there. Right, this can't be right, Alison, Christine, because I'm actually sensing Alison has been elderly, so she can't be a sister. So I don't know why I got the sister on, but I've got a response from you. So, right, I've got 2 links coming through. This is what the problem is. You would understand sister in spirit, but you'd also understand this elderly lady that would have had quite a spinny head as well prior to her passing, and I feel that she would have had a fall before her passing. Elderly, okay, have got elderly lady as well. So Alison was like the sister, but I feel as though I've got this elderly lady coming in as well. So let me work you, as long as you can recognise this elderly lady first, I'll work with her and then come back to Alison, if that's all right. I know that she's this elderly lady had problems with her breathing, and this would be with the spin head as well. And you'd understand a bit of Alzheimer's or dementia, something like that with her, because she's just going wandering. Just absolutely going wandering in her head, and it's like, come on, come back to me. She's just so, you know, and quite happy in herself. But she couldn't help, couldn't she? Because one minute I've got her really quite happy, and whoa, what are you doing? Like that. Okay. Would you understand this as being grand plays as well, Christine? Okay. And oh, bless her. I feel in a day she was quite an intelligent lady. I've got her doing crosswords and things like that. In the end, she was just putting words in. No sense at all, and they didn't really, but as far as she was concerned, she was she had a bit, but a wee terror would do her own thing. It's absolutely like what she's coming through as. And determined, really determined. you can, I know you've said you step down. There's some personalities, traits that you would relate to with her as well, that you can get very determined at times, and but at the same time very loving and very giving, and she says you can wander off in your own little world as well. And people will have to say, Christine, because you dreamed of somewhere. But that's fine. That's fine. You know, use that in your mediumship development, Christine. Use that in your mediumship development, okay? I know she was in her 90s, yeah. I know she would have had arthritis as well in her hands, because the way she's making me hold my hands is it's not where it's crippled in her hands, but there is arthritis there. I'm turning bottles, you're getting the lids off bottles and things like that really difficult. My mum showed me a really good trick the other day. You actually pierce the knife through the lid and it comes straight off. Never seen that before. Brilliant, works. Can't use the lid again, obviously, but you're just going to throw it away. Anyway, I don't know why. You see, this is it. She just goes off on a tangent. And, oh, okay, Christy, with your mediumship, you keep going off a tangent, and that's she's coming, because you need to focus, okay? You're going off on tangents and getting all sorts of different information, and like starting with one person and just bringing information from here, there, and everywhere, rather than sticking with the main point, main contact, okay? So what she's wanting you to do is focus, okay? Focus. Right, Alison. Alison's cousin. Come on, Alison. Right, you would understand with Alison the daisy chains. The daisy chains she's putting around, and the where you should be. You are exactly where you should be with your spiritual journey. Okay, everybody is. It's to you what direction you go. It's not up to anybody else. And I know a lot of people will want to be told what they should be doing. It's up to you. If you want to do trance, well, take the time to learn it. If you want to do private messages, take the time to learn it. If you want to do platform work, take the time to learn it. You know, it's up to you. It's your motivation. It's your life, okay? It's nobody else's. It's your spiritual journey. You determine it, nobody else, okay? So, Alice, yeah, day chains and the underneath the buttercups, okay? And springtime was a particular relevance to Alison as well, because she's showing me the daffodils as well. So I feel she was either born, she was born or passed in that daffodil tulip time, okay, or both. And that's why I'm getting a range of time, because you know it's February, March, isn't it? The tulips and the daffodils there, and she was like a flower in many ways as well, transitory, beautiful personality, but transitory. She was always going from one thing's past in April. She's going from one thing to another. She found it difficult to stick with one thing, didn't she? And that included friendships. You were one of the very few people that she stayed a friend with for a long time, because it it's not as though they'd fall in and out. It's just she moved on. And not everybody would put up with I want to say, okay, because you couldn't all rely on, because she meet you then. I'll meet you then. That'll be fine. I'll do it. Yeah. And she wouldn't turn up. And you never hear why she didn't turn up until you saw her next. Oh, was I supposed to meet you? And you were fine with that. And you sort of kind of put up with it and all the rest of it. But quite a few people, you wouldn't put up with that side of the personality, you see. And it didn't matter between you, just this love between you, and you just understood. Okay, we'll cope, we'll get on. Okay, and she's what she's doing. She's taking me. She's showing me a red rose that then turned to white rose. Okay, but then she's taking all the thorns off the rose, because there's a situation at the moment that you feel is quite thorny, and she's trying to de-thorn it for you. Okay, and she's kind of giving you gloves and just saying, treat it gently, it'll be fine, treat it gently. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with her love and your grandma's love, Christine. I hope you enjoyed that. Unfortunately, we're coming up to time, but before I go, I'll just mention my awakening book. Oh, show it. There we are, awakening book. If you're interested in mediumship development, psychic development, then awakening is a big step in the right direction to start with. I've got an awakening club on a Thursday through Zoom. Just go to my profile page and there's a poster on that page that's got the Zoom details that you can come and join us. Matt, else tomorrow. Tomorrow, if you come to readings tomorrow, what have we got tomorrow? Let me get my diary out. That's my diary's full. Okay, right. Tomorrow we've got wrong week. We've got Ali at 2:00. These are UK times. Okay, so if you're non-UK, please do the time changes. So Ali at 2:00 with readings. Anita at 5:00 with readings. We've got a meditation at 6:00, healing meditation, and that's trance healing with Libby. We've got Carterton, I support Carterton Spiritualist Church, and Elaine Stainton doing the mediumship for their divine service. Again, that's on Zoom. Go on to online Spiritualist Church Services, online Spiritualist Church Services group, and the advert for Carterton will be on there. And then tomorrow night, Nico is on every Tuesday night, but he's coming on at 9:30 tomorrow night rather than 9:00. So if you're wanting some more potential mediumship tonight with Nico, please join us. Okay. I hope that you've liked my page, the online psychic readings, and thank you ever so much for coming. Have a great evening, everybody, and I will see you again soon. Bye.